All right, let's watch Titus, and let's have some more laugh. Fucking administrations, Jesus Christ, at their expense and ours.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Well, people, guess what? It's all snapping back to liberty and freedom. Yes, in America, the Supreme Court has ruled that an innocent man sent to an El Salvadorian murder prison had to be brought back to the States immediately.
Bro, we legalized comedy, though. I mean, like, legalized comedy. Yeah. Fuck. This is like, it feels like, I mean, I know we got conned. But this really feels like it's like the worst con. Because like I said, it's one thing to get conned by like a really smart person. If you get conned by like a smooth operator, like a dude, he's a good looking dude, fucking, nice suit. He's got a fucking hell of a fucking, thing he's selling you. He's got a whole spiel. I met this young black man. I was at home when I lived in a different place. My wife was gone, and he knocked on the door, and I said, "What's up, man? What's going on?" And he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to sell this window cleaner." It was like this miracle shit, right? And I was like, "All right, man, I'll tell you what. I don't want to buy this shit, but I'm going to listen to you. You look like you're working hard. You look like you're putting in work. So I'm going to listen to your spiel. Give me your spiel." And so this man was so goddamn funny. He was hilarious. He had a whole spiel about what he would do, blah, blah, all this stuff off. And he's a black dude. And he goes, "Look at this. It wipes the black right off." And he does it on his palm. Of course, his palm is white. And, and I was like, bro. I was like, I don't even have any money and I'm going to buy some shit from you, right? He was just funny. He is charismatic and he is working fucking hard, right? So I was like, it's all good. I'm probably getting sold some bullshit right now, but I'm going to give you $20, right? So I gave him like $20 and he sold me that shit. And then that shit sat in my cupboard for God knows how long. It's probably still in my cupboard like 15 years later. Never used the shit, right? I wish I could remember all the jokes he told. He told so many goddamn jokes, and it's so funny. Now, I walk away from that going, that guy got $20 out of me. But it was okay. This shit right now, this is like opening the door and Donald Trump standing there like, "Hi." "Oh, shit, what are you doing on my doorstep?" "I'm here to sell you some magic cleaner. Makes all your crimes go away. It's called Pam Bundy. She gets rid of all the defamation suits." Like, you're like, what the fuck are you doing on my doorstep, dude? And then, like, your fucking crazy aunt is like, "I invited him in." And you're like, what? No, I don't have time for this. And she's like, come in. Fucking breaks out her checkbook, starts signing off the money. You're like, no, don't give him money. He's going to come back. That's what this feels like right now. Like, it's bad enough to get fucking conned, but to get conned by the shittiest con man, like the guy who's like, he's literally got con man written out. He's fucking convicted of 34 felonies. We're like, yeah, like that's how dumb America is. It's fucking crazy.
Armageddon update. Well, people, guess what? It's all snapping back to liberty and freedom. Yes, in America, the Supreme Court has ruled that an innocent man sent to an El Salvadorian murder prison had to be brought back to the States immediately. Ha ha, good. Finally, the rule of law wins. And the Trump administration, they told the Supreme Court, and this is a quote, "Go fuck yourself." So now here we are.
Jesus.
That constitutional crisis we all were told to be deathly afraid of is here.
It fits him so well.
We're doing nothing. Well, not nothing. I mean, our president had a taint-licking contest in the Oval Office.
Oh. Mr. President, thank you for your leadership.
Well, thanks to your fantastic leadership.
Dude. Why does this shit look not real, too? Like, why does it sound like scripted? I'm becoming a fucking QAnon conspiracy theorist up here. Why does this shit sound scripted? Like when Pam Bondi answered that question with Bukkake sitting there, sitting next to Donald Lump, It was Bukaki and Donald Lump, the cancer of America. And somebody asked him, you know, like, can you bring back Garcia? And, you know, President Lump was like, Pam Bondi, go ahead, Pam. And she was like, okay, it's my moment. We cannot, because he's in El Salvador, and Bukaki says no. You know, like, it was like, it all sounds like they fucking have lines, dude. It's crazy.
Thanks to your leadership.
Green paper mache.
And then a couple of comedians have been bending over and spreading for a fascist oligarch.
One of the beautiful things about you is that you freeball. It's funny stuff.
He's much more self-aware than he lets on in public. Everything I've ever not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent at least.
Fuck Bill Maher. Oh my God, dude. This is what I'm saying. It's fucking. This wouldn't be as bad if, like, the fucking sane people would be able to be like, you know what, actually, you know, I went there. You know, it was crazy, but he acted like he wasn't the insane person that you guys see on TV. But I'm not falling for that shit. Like, that's how you follow that up, okay? Bill Maher should have followed up the I went there, and he was like, actually a cool dude, laughed at himself, smiled, fucking, you know, told some jokes. But I'm not falling for that shit because I see him on TV like 24/7. It just makes it so much harder to fucking deal with when you see people that should be able to use their fucking frontal lobe and should be able to say, like, yeah, no shit. No shit. You went and fucking had dinner with Donald Trump. He let you come to his fucking house, and he sat there with you, and he was a completely different guy? No way. Now, which motherfucker do you think he is? The guy that he is 24/7 tweeting and fucking truthing and fucking standing on the podium and calling people names and being vindictive and fucking weaponizing the law to fucking use against the media? Do you think that's him? Or do you think it's the guy who just one time you went and had dinner with him and he laughed at some of your jokes? Jesus Christ. It's like these fucking people want to be liked by Donald Trump so fucking bad that they're just like, you know, yeah, he's done a lot of bad things. He has. He's done a lot of bad things, but he loves me. Okay? You're in an abusive relationship, dog. That's what fucking abusers do. Abusers beat the fuck out of you, and then when you go have dinner with them in front of other people, they smile at you. And they tell you, that's how everything went, remember? Remember when I bought you that ring? Remember the roses I bought you? That was really cool, right? I'm a very nice person. I'll tell the people that are here that I was a very nice person. Also, when you go out there and the police ask you whether or not I beat you, you tell them I don't do that, right? Right? Excellent. Good. That's what the fuck is going on. It's an abusive relationship. Fucking Bill Maher, dude. This shit is making me upset.
Not liked about him was, I swear to God, absent, at least on this night with this guy.
You know, comedians, like, we're supposed to punch up. We're supposed to go after evil and oppression, right, not do a ShamWow infomercial for it. So here we are in America. You know, in America, we were taught that this couldn't happen here. You know, that we wouldn't ever have a dictator, a fascist ruler whose flabby ass was chapped because his minions have French kissed it into oblivion.
You know, you were overwhelmingly elected
under your leadership. When you called me that day asking for me to take this position, I was honored.
The founding fathers made sure this wouldn't happen, right? Right? Except we are barely 90 days. Yeah. And he shut down and raped agency after agency. He's threatened the media.
I believe that CNN and MSDNC, they're really corrupt and they're illegal.
He's threatened to send American citizens to the same torture prison that they sent a legal American resident to.
We also have homegrown criminals. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country.
I mean, the man wasn't a terrorist. He's not a criminal. In fact, he left his country to get away from gangs. He's a father with 3 American citizen children. And after Trump was ordered to bring this man, who our own government says they made a mistake with, a clerical error, Our American president, whose mother was an immigrant, whose grandfather was an immigrant, and made his money with a American whorehouse. Trump's the only second-generation American, yet he refused to bring back a legal resident. And then he had the man who's imprisoning that man, the guy from El Salvador, over for cookies and dictator tots. It's weird, isn't it? How did this douche get elected? His rallies were half full, and people.
It's weird. It is weird. It is very weird. You know, I was just saying this earlier to my wife. The crazy thing is if you were to take a person, right? Now, no matter what, due process needs to happen, right? So, just right off the bat, deporting people without due process is bullshit. But if this person, Kilmar, was such a bad person, they would be able to just prove it. Not just say that the evidence exists, but show that the evidence exists. Not these fucking dumb fucking pictures where they're like, the marijuana means M and the S, the smile means S, and the cross is a 1, and it's like fucking, what are that old Nicolas Cage movies? The National Treasure movie? Like, this isn't a fucking riddle, dog. MS-13 members just get MS-13 tattooed on their ass, all right? Because they ain't scared. MS-13's a nasty-ass gang. They're not fucking working in code. They fucking get MS-13 tattooed right on their fucking foreheads. Gigantic ones on their back. It's like, if you were to show me evidence that a person was this horrific gang member, a terrorist that had done all this shit, I'd be like, okay, well, let's not give him due process. Let's go ahead and give the man a trial. Let's run him through it. But yeah, I'm with that. I get it. Arrest that motherfucker. He's done bad shit. None of that exists with Kilmar, okay? They say they have evidence. They've never shown any actual evidence. And the flip side of that is that if you're a Trump supporter, if you're a Trump loyalist, or if you're just even a conservative or a Republican, whatever, you should be able to say, my opinion is that immigrants in the country are ruining the country because they're committing crimes, and they're dangerous, and they're violent, and they're terrorists, all that shit, right? You can say that, and that's your opinion. But when somebody says, okay, one of these guys that got arrested, it seems as though he was picked up and it was a mistake. In fact, the administration themselves said it was a mistake. Can I show you the information that proves that he's not a criminal? You should be able to look at that information and say to yourself, okay, I still have this belief, immigrants bad, but it looks as though that was a mistake and that guy shouldn't be a part of this. This is what makes this whole situation insane. Because I don't believe immigrants are a problem in America. I don't believe that the immigrants that are in our country are just running rampant and committing crimes and all this stuff. But I do believe that certain immigrants have committed crimes and done some horrific things. You know, like American citizens, but like half as much, okay? Because, you know, in Texas, they did that study where they found out that American citizens commit crimes at twice the rate of undocumented immigrants. I understand that there are bad elements in every group. I understand that there are white people that do bad shit, black people that do bad shit, trans people that do bad shit, immigrants that do bad shit, gay people that do bad shit. I get that. And when I see that one has done something that I disagree with, I go, yeah, that's bad. That person probably should go to jail. They should get a trial first, but they should probably go to jail. You should be able to do that on the other side of that equation. You should be able to say, yes, I think poorly of this group of people, but it turns out that person didn't do anything wrong. And if you can't do that, you are literally fucking insane. You are a broken human being, and you're kind of garbage. Because you're taking a person who has committed no fucking crimes, who has children to take care of, a family to take care of, who has a job, who's been working their ass off, who's been a better fucking citizen than a lot of people who are in America legally, and you're like, fuck that guy, he deserves to go to that terrorist prison. There's something fucking wrong with you. You're a shitty person.
People were leaving them in droves. Kamala's were like U2 and the Beatles had given out free tickets. Harris led him in the polls in August by 4 points. In September, she was leading him by 2 full points nationally. And in October, up on Trump by 2 to 4 points in most polls. How the fuck did he win? And why is he still bitching about a rigged election?
They rigged the election and I became president.
Well, as we've seen, Sweet Potato Hitler always accuses his opponent of doing what he's doing. And he got that from one of Hitler's buddies, Joseph Goebbels. Here is what he said. Always accuse your enemies of your own sins. Karl Marx also says something similar. So, Trump was down in the polls. People are leaving his rallies. The press was nailing his ass to the wall, except for Katie Tur. Katie, what is your deal? And yet, he still squeaked out a win. He won with less than half. How is that possible?
Thank you to Elon. He journeyed to Pennsylvania where he spent like a month and a half campaigning for me, and he was very effective.
He knows the computers.
And he knows those computers better than anybody. All those computers, those vote-counting computers. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so it was pretty good. It was pretty.
Once again, like you can say, like this is what fucking breaks my brain, is if you're a Trump supporter, if you're a conservative, you can say, that's a weird fucking thing to say. That's weird. Like, if Joe Biden was like, you know, George Soros, I love him. He's a good dude. He went to Pennsylvania. We won Pennsylvania because he really knows those computers. I'd be like, Joe? Joe, what the fuck, dog? What y'all do to those computers, Joe? It's fucking insanity to sit here and think that a man can say that. You can say it was a Freudian slip. You can say, oh, well, actually, that just means that he did that shit. You could say it was a mistake. You could say, oh, he was just joking. That's usually what they do. But no, they don't say anything. They're just like, yeah, he said that shit. Can you explain it? Do you know why he said? Nah, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He won. He won fair. It's fine. What? We don't want to even fucking address that he said Elon knows the computers really well and we won that election in that state because of him? Like, we don't want to have a conversation? Just gonna let that go. All right. Okay, it's fucking, like, this is, like I said, this is why it's getting harder and harder to take anything in this current political situation seriously at all when it comes from the right. Like, at this point, there is not a single thing that somebody on the right can say right now that I can take fucking with complete honest sincerity. Because if you can't call out the crazy shit Donald Trump does, then I can't trust you. There are plenty of things about Joe Biden's presidency that I am critical of. There are plenty of things about Obama that I am critical of. There are plenty of things about Clinton that I am critical of. AOC. When AOC first came in, I was like, she's cool, she's passionate, she's fiery, but she's got to learn the game. She's got to chill out, take a step back, get some experience under her belt, and then she's going to be an unstoppable force. And I'm not saying AOC took my advice because she doesn't know who the fuck I am. Maybe one day, not today. But she did that shit. And I'm going to tell you this. If AOC gets elected, if Kamala got elected, I would have critical shit to say about them too. I said if Kamala Harris wins this election, and people say, well, what are you going to do with your channel then? I said, then this channel will be about holding Kamala Harris to the promises she made. I better see some fucking houses being built. I better see the middle class getting taken care of. I better see some corporations getting their asses fucking handed to them in some antitrust lawsuits. I better see a price gouging ban on a federal level when it comes to fucking crises. Because if I don't, I'm going to call that shit out. I can't take anything on the right seriously at all until they start fucking actually talking about what Donald Trump has done and continues to do and start calling out the bullshit.
So thank you to Elon.
Always accuse your enemies of your own sins. And that's how my ex-wife cheated on me with 2 guys and somehow blamed me.
Hey.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Something's fishy. That's all I'm saying. We need to get those guys in to talk about why the election is so weird. How come the swing states have the weirdest levels of voting we've ever seen? Like, what is going on? And how the fuck do we do? How the fuck did they just send a guy to a torture prison? They're like, yeah, sorry, we can't get him. We don't have an Uber. God damn it!
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.